Like every other Zelda game, A Link Between Worlds is chock full of collectibles, upgrades, and side quests. This guide is meant to help you find them all, starting with the search for the items since there are more to find beyond the ones rented and eventually bought at Ravio's shop. In fact, there are a lot of items that you can find in both Hyrule and Lorule, as well as several upgrades to your arsenal. This guide will help you find them all, so let's get started with an item that's impossible to miss. I'm speaking, of course, of the lamp. As soon as you enter the sewers beneath Hyrule Sanctuary, you'll find a chest containing the lamp. But once the game opens up, you'll be able to start your item search. Kakariko Village holds several. First, you'll be able to buy your first bottle for 100 rupees from the salesman in the middle of town. Travel to the shop on your left. This is where you can purchase the completely optional Foul Fruit and Scoot Fruit. Pop over to the Bee Guy's house and speak with him to receive the net. Now you'll be able to catch bugs and fairies. As you exit the northeast part of town, you'll come across the fortune teller's tent. Speak with him and he'll give you the hint glasses. Wearing these reveals Hint Ghost all over, which will help you solve puzzles in exchange for 1 play coin. Head up to Rosso's hut and speak with him to receive the power gloves. These allow you to lift small rocks. Continue to the eastern portion of the map and enter Zora's domain. You'll see the shady guy leave the cave. After speaking with the Zora Queen, go back to Kakariko Village. The salesman will be selling her stolen item for 200 rupees. Buy it back, but before you leave the village, you'll want to catch the thief. He'll run away every time he spots you, so what you need to do is merge with the wall he's standing next to and pop out behind him. He'll apologize for stealing by giving you the Pegasus boots. Return to Zora's domain and give the stolen item back to receive the Zora's flippers, allowing you to swim. You can find the second bottle east of Lake Hylia. However, it contains a note from someone that claims they're injured on Death Mountain and that premium milk would help them. You cannot use this bottle until you complete the quest. Return to the milk bar in Kakariko Village and speak to the bartender. He will give you the premium milk. Before heading to Death Mountain, go to the forest south of the blacksmith's house. In the center, you'll find a pouch. Gully's mother says that he was going to give this to you, but it looks like he's disappeared. She'll give you the pouch and ask you to find her son. Now you can assign a second item to the X button. There's one more bottle you can find before taking on either the Tower of Hera or the House of Gales. Go to Lake Hylia and swim your way up the northern river until you go beneath the bridge. Speak to the man camping beneath it and he'll give you a bottle. As you work your way up Death Mountain, you can use the hook shot to travel across the broken bridge. Go in the cave past the 2 Lionels and travel down the moving platforms until you come to a solid platform with 3 small walls and 2 Lionels. Merge with the bottom wall and board the moving platform. Follow them along until you reach the fork. Take the left path until you spot a doorway leading out. On the other side, merge with the wall and cross the gap to reach the injured bouldering guy. Give him the premium milk and he will give you the bottle so that you can finally use it for whatever you want. The 4th bottle can be found once you enter Lorule. Go to the abandoned house that's in the same location as Link's house in Hyrule. Bomb the back of it and enter the new entrance to find the bottle in the chest. The 5th and final bottle can be found in the cave near the big bomb house. Pay the man inside for use of his bombs and use it to destroy the huge rock. Inside you'll find the Rupee Fairy. Throw 3,000 rupees in her fountain and she will reward you with the final bottle. If you found the bee guy a bee earlier, you'll remember that he asked you to find a golden bee next. These will pop up randomly from cut grass, but you can also buy one in the Skull Woods. Find the cave on the northern edge and enter it to find the mysterious man. He'll sell you a mystery item for 888 rupees, which turns out to be the golden bee. Take this to the bee guy to be awarded with the bee badge. Now any bees you come across will automatically fight nearby enemies for you. Each of the dungeons in Lorule also holds an item. The Thieves' Hideout holds 1 chunk of Master Ore. To obtain it, rescue the thief girl and bring her to the southernmost edge of floor B3. Press the switches on the left with her to reveal a hidden path. At the end is the chest containing the Master Ore. You can find another chunk of Master Ore in the Skull Woods dungeon. When you reach the left side of floor B1, leave through the bottom exit and go right. Cut away the flowers and fall down the hidden hole. Go left to toss down the eye that is your objective, but before dropping down, return to the right and continue along until you reach the next platform. Travel along it until you reach the chest containing the Master Ore. Return to the blacksmith in Hyrule with the 2 Master Ore chunks and he will upgrade the Master Sword to the Tempered Master Sword. You can find the Stamina Scroll in the Ice Ruins. To reach it, clear away the ice on floor B3 and ride the moving platform up to B2. Go in the nearby door and pull the statue's tongue. This will move the floor away and allow you to drop down to a chest. Inside is the stamina scroll, which doubles your stamina meter. The Hylian shield is found in the Turtle Rock dungeon. You must defeat all the enemies in the central room of B1 in order to reveal it. Once it appears, raise the platform on the northern edge to its highest point and get on top of it. Travel across the nearby walkway to the chest and receive your Hylian shield. When you reach the Swamp Palace dungeon, decrease the water on floor B1 to its lowest point. Jump in and go through the northern door. Avoid the traps, and on the other side you'll find the blue mail, increasing Link's defense. The Sand Palace dungeon contains the Titan's Mitt. In the top central room of the first floor, pull the lever on the left to flood the room with sand. Use the sand rod to cross to a nearby platform and press a switch. This will open the way to the Titan's Mitt's chest. Work your way to your prize using the sand rod and Link's merge ability. The Titan's Mitt will allow you to pick up big rocks. You can obtain the third piece of Master Ore in the Dark Palace, but it can be really tricky. Once you reach the top floor, go to the bottommost room. You'll find two switches in the center which seemingly only raises and lowers their respective platforms. However, the lower one also flips the northern wall. Set a bomb near it, rush to the top, hit the switch, and merge with the wall to reach the room with the chest containing the third Master Ore chunk. The fourth chunk is actually found in Lorule's Sanctuary. To reach it, use the Titan's Mitt to get rid of the large rock in the fenced-in area. Work your way through the sewers, and once you reach the other side, you'll find a chest containing the fourth piece of Master Ore. Take it to Lorule's blacksmith and he will upgrade the Master Sword to its strongest form, the Golden Master Sword. You can also return to the Treacherous Tower in Lorule to upgrade 2 of your items. Work your way up to the Advanced Course, which has you fighting your way through 50 levels of enemies. If you successfully do this, you'll be awarded with the upgraded lamp. This increases the range of the light cast and will now hurt enemies. However, if you take on the Advanced Course again, you will also earn the upgraded net. This simply allows you to damage enemies with it, making it more of a bonus. The last items to be found are both in Lorule Castle. The red mail is found on the 4th floor of the castle. To reach it, extinguish the 2 lights near the chest that has the compass in it. In the dark, you'll find 2 walkways of light going down. Carefully cross one of them, and on the other side is the chest with the red mail. Now your defense is as good as it can be. The final item, the Bow of Light, is impossible to miss since it's given to you during your climactic battle. And there you have it, all the items to be found in A Link Between Worlds. Next on our list of things to find are the heart pieces, and like all Zelda games, there are several of them spread all over the world for Link to find. In the case of A Link Between Worlds, there are 28 in total. This guide will help you find all of them in an optimized order. Of course, with the openness that A Link Between Worlds presents, it's completely possible to find them in a different order from us. With all that said, let's get our first heart piece. One of the first you can find is directly after receiving the Zora Flippers from Zora's Domain. As soon as you leave, head directly south into the water and go over the 2 waterfalls. Behind the second is a cave entrance, and inside is a piece of heart. Next, travel to the Eastern Palace section of Hyrule and head south to the alcove. At the end, you'll find a heart piece surrounded by wooden pegs. Use the hammer to beat them down and collect the heart. Return to the Sanctuary basement and enter the large room. Once you're on the raised walkway, transform into a painting and work your way to the right. Eventually you'll find a small ledge containing a heart piece. Go to South Central Hyrule and travel to the lowest point. Near the path to Lake Hylia, you'll find 2 large pillars. Place a bomb between them to reveal a cave entrance. Go inside and follow the path until you come out on the other side. There you'll find a piece of heart. Travel west to the blacksmith's house. Turn into a painting and work your way to the rear. Dislodge and follow the small path to the next screen. There you'll find the next heart piece. South of Kakariko Village is the Cuckoo Ranch. If you talk to the girl there, she will ask if you want to play the cuckoo dodging minigame. Play until you unlock the rooster difficulty. Once you complete that, she will reward you with a piece of heart. Next, go directly west of the Cuckoo Ranch to find another minigame, Rupee Rush. In this one, you have 30 seconds to collect as many rupees as you can. The catch is that there's no visible timer. However, no matter how many rupees you collect, if you talk to the Rupee Rush girl with less than 2 seconds left, then she will reward you with a piece of heart. Once you receive the power gloves from Rosso, you'll be able to lift small rocks. Go to the northwest corner of Kakariko Village and find 2 of them blocking off a jump-off point. Clear one away and jump into the hole to find a heart piece. Go into the northern edge of the Lost Woods near Rosso's shack and you'll soon spot a hollowed log that's mostly torn apart. Where the wood is cleared away, you'll see a thin opening in the rocks. Transform into a painting and squeeze between them to collect the next piece of heart. You can find another heart piece while working your way up Death Mountain. Once you're clear of all the rolling rocks, you'll find yourself outside with a ledge to your right beyond a gap. Near the bottom of the gap is another cave opening. Transform into a painting and while you're above that opening, dislodge from the wall. You'll land on the small ledge in front of it. Go through the cave and on the other side is a heart piece. Once you reach the top of Death Mountain where the Tower of Hera lies, you can go right to find a dilapidated bridge. Use the hookshot to cross that bridge. On the other side will be Lionel's. Work your way past them until you see a cave on the eastern edge of the screen. Go inside to find a set of moving platforms above lava. Carefully navigate them until you reach a large platform with 2 more Lionels and 3 small walls. Become a painting on the left one and board the moving platform. Now you'll have to time its movement with the spring in order to work your way up. At the very top you'll find a piece of heart. On the eastern edge of Hyrule Castle is a heart piece in the center of some small rocks. Simply use the power gloves to toss one away and obtain it. You can also return to the Eastern Palace once you have the power gloves. In the southeast corner near the path leading to the alcove, you'll see stairs with 2 small rocks blocking the way forward. Toss them aside and follow the path until you see a suspicious wall. Vomit and go inside the new cave entrance to find another piece of heart. Travel to the northeastern dead end of Lake Hylia. On a small hill is a man that will challenge you to a timed race to Rosso's hut. In order to beat his time, you'll need the Pegasus boots. Beat his second, shorter time to be rewarded with a heart piece. Once you reach Low Rule, go to the Central Forest to find a baseball minigame. If you can score at least 100 points in the batting challenge, you'll be given a heart piece. The easiest way to get over 100 is by hitting 3 pots in a row to make the crow appear. Hitting the crow will earn you 20 points, and as long as you're in its general area, the ball will home in on it. Otherwise, take note of your timing and angle when hitting the ball to consistently hit pots. Low Rule also houses its own Rupee Rush minigame in the exact same spot as in Hyrule. Just like there, you have 30 seconds to collect as many rupees as you can. If you can talk to the Rupee Rush guy with less than 2 seconds left, he'll give you a piece of heart. Head into Low Rule's version of Kakariko Village and find the portal in the center of town. Use it to appear in the stylish woman's house. If you go to leave through her front door, she will give you a heart piece. Use the stylish woman's portal to go back to Low Rule. Go 2 houses to the right of the portal to find a place containing a minigame where you can pick 3 chests out of an available 15. One of them holds a heart piece. The mix-up is always random, but the heart piece tends to be near the gold rupees. All you can do is keep trying until you pick the right chest. South of the village is a giant bomb surrounded by a fence. Pay the man inside the house 200 rupees to be able to use it. Next, you'll have to guide it all the way to the southeastern portion of Central Low Rule. There you'll find a massive rock that can only be destroyed with this bomb. Do so and you'll find another heart piece in the cave. Make your way to the Skull Woods section of Low Rule, and at its southernmost point you'll find a dilapidated house. Turn into a painting to reach the side facing the chasm to get another piece of heart. Go around in the northeast section of Skull Woods to find the small shack. On top of it is the next heart piece. To reach it, travel south along the wall until you find an opportunity to climb up. Along the way you'll find a cuckoo. Grab it and go to the jump-off point at the northern edge of the mountain path. Leap toward the heart piece and the cuckoo will carry you to it. Go to the graveyard area of the Low Rule Sanctuary. On the northern edge, go up the ladder to reach the portal back to Hyrule. On the other side, go into the nearby cave to find the heart piece. As you go through the Turtle Rock dungeon, go into the southwest room on the first floor. Use the ice rod to make a ramp to the teleporter. Use it and the one in the next room to find yourself in the top left room on the map. Use the ice rod to travel across the lava and reach the door at the bottom. Outside, you'll find the heart piece. As you make your way to the Dark Palace in Low Rule, you'll find a heart piece on a raised platform. Use your painting ability to avoid the soldiers and collect it while their backs are turned. When you reach Hyrule Desert, go to the northeastern point and use the sand rod to cross to the other side. Travel up the stairs and use the portal to go to Low Rule. On the other side, you'll find a piece of heart. Once you obtain the Titan's Mitt from the Sand Palace, go back to Hyrule's blacksmith, get rid of the large rock and go into the cave to find a heart piece. When you feel ready to take on the treacherous tower at the top of Lorule's Death Mountain, you can earn a heart piece. Simply make it through the beginner and intermediate courses to receive it. Go to the bottom of Death Mountain in Hyrule to find a portal to Lorule. On the other side, enter the cave and work your way up the thin blue moving platforms. Once you reach the solid wall, transform into a painting and go to the other side. Avoid the giant gargoyle statue once you reach the leftmost section of the platform and board the moving platform to your left. Use the tornado rod to climb the platforms until you reach another solid rock. Take the moving platform to your north and once again use the tornado rod to climb up. At the top, you'll find yourself outside. Take the nearby portal to Hyrule, and on the other side will be the final heart piece. And that's how to find all of the heart pieces. Finally, there's the hunt for the Maiamais, which is one of the major side quests in the game. There's 100 of them spread across Hyrule and Lorule, and finding 10 of them will allow you to upgrade one of your bought items. If you can find all of them, you will be given an upgraded combat maneuver, but of course, we actually have to track them down first. Fortunately, the game provides the Maiamai map, which divides the world into smaller areas. This guide will help you find all of the Maiamais in each of these areas. The Lost Woods contains 8 lost Maiamai. The first can be found attached to the back of the fortune teller's tent. Merge with it and get behind the Maiamai before exiting the wall to pry it off. If you have the Zora's Flippers, you can get another Maiamai in the small pool of water to the right of the fortune teller or directly north of the blacksmith. Dive in to retrieve it. The next can be found on the cliff wall on the way to Rosso's hut. Use the merge method to free it. Once you get the power glove from Rosso, enter the Lost Woods from the top right. Head down until you see 2 small stones. Toss the one on the right away to discover the Maiamai. Continue south through the hollowed log. On the other side you'll find a tree with a Maiamai on top. Charge into it with the Pegasus boots to free the Maiamai. Another Maiamai is found right before the Lost Woods puzzle or the former resting place of the Master Sword if you've already retrieved it. Go to the left and cut away the grass beyond the tree to find the Maiamai. On the bottom edge of the Lost Woods in the path of the right entrance, there's another Maiamai hiding beneath a small rock. The final Maiamai is found while on your way to Death Mountain. There's a split in the path that's blocked by a large rock. Use the Titan's Mitt to get it out of your way and follow the path outside. Attached to a nearby wall is the Maiamai. And that's where to find all the Maiamais in the Lost Woods. All 5 of the Maiamais on Hyrule's Death Mountain can actually be found on your first trip there. The first is near the Death Mountain weather vane. Go right to find a group of bejeweled stones and a single small rock. Use the power gloves to lift the rock and find the Maiamai. The next is found once you get past all of the rolling rocks. Take the upper path to come out to a chest and a Maiamai hanging to the right wall. Merge and exit behind it in order to obtain the Maiamai. Once you reach the Tower of Hera, you can continue right as long as you have the hook shot to cross the destroyed bridge. Go all the way to the right edge where a mini dungeon can be found. A Maiamai is clinging to its right wall. Use the merge trick to rescue it. Return to the area on your left and avoid the Lionel to enter the nearby cave. Carefully navigate the moving platforms until you come to a solid rock with 2 Lionels and 3 walls. Take the bottom path and at the fork, go right. You'll come to a dead end outside. However, underneath the nearby small rock is the Maiamai. Return to the solid platform with the 3 walls and this time board the platforms to the right. The timing on these are trickier than the others, but at the bottom you'll find an exit leading outside. Cross the bridge to your left to find a cluster of small rocks surrounding a big one. The Maiamai can be found under the topmost rock. And that's how to find all the Maiamais on Hyrule's Death Mountain. There are 7 Maiamais to find in the area of Hyrule that contains the Sanctuary, the Witch's Hut, and Zora's Domain. The first can be found near the Sanctuary's main gate on the rock wall to the left. Use your merge ability to free and rescue it. The next is found inside the Witch's Hut on the other side of the red potion. After you receive the Zora's Flippers, you can find a Maiamai directly outside the Zora's Cave. Go into the upper part of the deep water and dive under to rescue the Maiamai. Directly south in the rocky area near the 3 big rocks that you pass to reach Zora's Domain, there's a Maiamai attached to the wall. Merge with the upper portion to travel behind it and free it. Following the river, there's a waterfall near a small ledge. Take the ladder up to find another Maiamai attached to the wall. Continue following the river until you reach the small wooden bridge. Beneath it, on the southern edge, you'll find a Maiamai. Dive down to rescue it. The final Maiamai can only be reached by first traveling to Hyrule's Sanctuary. Above its graveyard is a portal blocked by rocks. Bomb them away and take the portal back to Hyrule. To your left, you'll see the Maiamai. Free it and you'll have rescued all the Maiamais in this section of Hyrule. There are 5 Maiamais to find in Kakariko Village, with the first being one of the simplest to find. Simply cut away the grass that's partially fenced in near the house with the rock on it. Beneath one of them is a Maiamai. If you have the power gloves, grab one of the cuckoos and go to the Elder's house. Jump from the nearby ledge and guide the cuckoo to that house with the rock on it. Once you land on it, toss the rock away to find a Maiamai underneath. Once you're able to rent or buy the sand rod, go to the house with a sand patch surrounded by a fence. Go through the house to get to the backyard and use the sand rod. Buried in the sand is one of the Maiamais. Leave Kakariko through the southern exit and use the Pegasus boots to smash into the tree next to the Cuckoo Ranch. A Maiamai will pop out of it. Next, enter the Rupee Rush minigame to find a Maiamai attached to the wall left of your starting position. Merge behind it and pop out to rescue it. And that's where you find all the Maiamais in Kakariko Village. There are 8 Maiamais that can be found in the Hyrule Castle area. The first is directly left of the castle itself. Use the Pegasus boots to bash into the tree and a Maiamai will pop out. Head south across the bridge, then turn left. You'll find a set of stone tiles. Use the tornado rod to blow them away and find a Maiamai underneath. Take the southern path to find a group of trees. Use the Pegasus boots to bash the one on the top right to have a Maiamai pop out. Next, travel to the forest clearing and use the Pegasus boots to slam into the trees in the very back. This will cause the visible Maiamai to drop down to you. The next Maiamai can only be found if you warp in from Lorule. Head into the southwest corner of the area, directly below the clearing, and find a portal below a cave entrance. Take the portal and on the other side you'll find yourself on a ledge. In the center is a large rock. Use the Titan's mitt to toss it aside and find the Maiamai underneath. Head to Ravio's shop and attach to the wall. On the back wall is a Maiamai. Merge with the wall and exit to pop it off and rescue it. Next, travel to the blacksmith and use the tornado rod on the tiles to the left of the house. Beneath them is another Maiamai. Travel behind the blacksmith to the area with the cluster of trees. The one in the center hides the final Maiamai. Use the Pegasus boots to bash into the tree and rescue it. And that's how to find all the Maiamais in the Hyrule Castle area. The Eastern Palace area hides 6 Maiamais in total. The first can be found in the section with no grass and a bunch of rocks. On top of one of the rocks on the right side is the Maiamai. Charge into the rock with your Pegasus boots to knock the Maiamai down and rescue it. The next is in the water near the southern bridge. You'll have to find a way to get in the water and follow the river up to reach the Maiamai. Dive down to retrieve it. Go east of the bridge and past the entrance to the Eastern Palace ruins. A Maiamai is hiding in the far right tree. Dash into it to obtain the Maiamai. Enter the Eastern Palace ruins and travel to the right. You'll see a Maiamai in one of the trees. Once again, use the Pegasus boots to rescue it. Work your way through the ruins until you come across a small ledge. Merge into the wall to travel to it and exit behind the Maiamai to retrieve it. The final Maiamai in the Eastern Palace can be found by exiting the ruins through the bottom right path. Go to your left on the other side and merge with the wall. Continue left until you reach another ledge. Nearby is a large rock. Use the Titan's mitt to toss it aside and find the final Maiamai in this area. The Hylian Desert only contains 3 Maiamais. The first is outside the desert proper and beneath the large rock south of the portal. In order to reach the desert, you'll have to use that portal to enter Lorule's Misery Mire. Find another portal to return to the desert and equip the sand rod. The next Maiamai is near the portal with a wooden stake on top. Use the sand rod to raise a section of sand that will also include the Maiamai. Before you go in the entrance to the Sand Palace, use the sand rod on the sand directly south of the stairs. This will reveal the final Maiamai in the desert. The area I've decided to label as South Central Hyrule only hides 3 Maiamais which can be found fairly early in the game. The first is on top of one of the pedestals that line the area. You'll spot it as you're traveling through. Use the Pegasus boots to charge into the pedestal it's on to knock down the Maiamai and rescue it. Go south to find 2 pedestals next to a wall. Bomb the wall they flank to reveal a hidden cave. As you go through, you'll find a pool of water and at the bottom is a Maiamai. Use the Zora's flippers to dive down and rescue it. The final Maiamai is found in a small pool of water next to the mini dungeon blocked off by 2 large rocks. Dive down to rescue the Maiamai and you'll have found them all. Lake Hylia holds 5 Maiamais within its borders, and you can find the first one as soon as you leave Mother Maiamai's cave. On the wall outside the cave is the Maiamai. Simply merge with the wall and exit behind the Maiamai to retrieve it. Once you have the Zora's flippers, swim to the House of Gales and use the tornado rod on the tiles in the upper right corner of the island. Beneath them will be a hidden Maiamai. Next, swim south of the House of Gales to a small section of deep water surrounded by shallow water. In the center is a Maiamai. Dive down to rescue it. Swim to the right of Lake Hylia and follow the river. You'll find the next Maiamai near the ladder. Dive down to reach it. The final one is near the Racing Brother in the top right corner. Merge with the wall and travel to the right to get to a ledge with a big rock. Use the Titan's mitt to toss away the rock and rescue the Maiamai. And that's how you find all the Maiamais in Lake Hylia. Lorule's version of the Lost Woods, the Skull Woods, hides 8 Maiamais within its borders. The first is attached to the left side of the dilapidated house on the southern edge. Merge with the wall and exit behind the Maiamai to free it. Take the path to the right up into the next screen. Go left past the entrance sign and you'll find the Maiamai attached to the nearby wall. Travel to the right until you come across a ditch. Climb down into it and find another Maiamai attached to the right wall. Next, go north until you see trees in the shape of a V. Cut away the flowers in the center to find a Maiamai. Keep going north until you come across the destroyed shack. The tree directly below it hides a Maiamai. Dash into the tree with the Pegasus boots to reveal it. Enter the Skull Woods and follow the path leading left. Beyond the cave that houses the mysterious man is a clearing with a skull in the middle of it. Get rid of the skull to uncover the hidden Maiamai. Return to the right and follow the path down. You'll eventually see a small dead end with some tufts of grass. Cut them away to rescue the Maiamai. Continue on until you go past the Skull Woods weather vane and head south. Eventually you'll come across a fence with a large rock in the middle. Toss away the rock with a Titan's mitt to find the Maiamai underneath. And that's how you find all the Maiamais in the Skull Woods. There are 6 Maiamais to find on the snowy Death Mountain in Lowrule. The first can be found by using the portal near the Death Mountain weather vane in Hyrule. When you come out into Lowrule, keep going left until you reach a small platform with a skull on it. Beneath the skull is a hidden Maiamai. The next can be found at the base of the mountain on the right side. Make sure you're on the nearby ledge, merge with the wall, and continue right until you're behind the Maiamai. Exit to free it and be on your way. Go to the cave entrance north of here and use the moving platforms until you reach the icy floor with the giant gargoyle. Take the platform on the left until you reach the next solid rock. Go south from here and use the tornado rod to continue along. Eventually you'll be outside. You can open the nearby chest for 300 rupees before jumping down and destroying the skull. Underneath it is a hidden Maiamai. Continue onward until you reach the top of the mountain and go left until you see a small pathway. Follow it to find a set of pegs. Hammer them down and use the Titan's mitt to toss away the big rock on the far left. There you'll find the Maiamai. The next Maiamai is attached to the outer wall of the Ice Palace. Merge with it to find the Maiamai in the back and exit to free the little guy. The last Maiamai also requires the Titan's mitt. Return to the base of the mountain where the broken bridge is. To its left are 2 large rocks. Toss the top one aside to find the Maiamai. And with that, you found all the Maiamais on Lowrule's Death Mountain. Lowrule's Sanctuary only has 3 Maiamais to find. The first one can be found as soon as you leave the Sanctuary, which turns out to be just a cave. On your left is a large rock. Use the Titan's mitt to toss it aside and find the Maiamai underneath. Continue right to the graveyard section. Along the northern edge on the other side of the large rock, you'll see a Maiamai stuck to the wall. Toss aside the rock and merge with the wall. Get behind the Maiamai and exit to free it. The last Maiamai is in the bottom right corner of the area. Dash into a tree with the Pegasus boots to cause the Maiamai to pop out. Collect them and you will have found them all. The Dark Palace hides 10 Maiamais to find. The first one can be found soon after entering the area from Hyrule using a portal hidden in the pillar. You'll come to an area filled with large rocks. On top of one on the right side is the Maiamai. Use the Pegasus boots to dash into the rock and rescue the Maiamai. Go north and jump into the river. Swim toward the northern waterfall and at its base you'll see a Maiamai. Dive down to retrieve it. Keep swimming up the river until you reach a shallow point. Merge with the wall and continue right over the chasm. Once you reach the other side, drop into the water and collect the Maiamai at the bottom. Once you get out of the water, find a ledge near some large rocks and a ladder leading up to it. Merge with the wall and go down until you reach a larger ledge covered in grass. Cut it away and you'll find the Maiamai hidden within. Jump down and follow the path to the north until you come across an area filled with enemies. On the left side in the deep water is a Maiamai. Dive in to rescue it. Return to the portal in the middle of the rocky area and travel down to the southwest corner. You'll see a tree next to a pillar. Dash into it to free the hidden Maiamai. Continue right to find a path into the Dark Palace proper and a line of trees. Bash into the one on the very left to reveal another hidden Maiamai. Follow the path inside where you learn that you have to avoid the guards. In the upper corner of the path you'll see a Maiamai clinging to the wall. Merge with the wall and exit behind the Maiamai to free it. Work your way to the right until you see a path leading down. Follow it and merge with the northern wall. Go left until you come to another ledge lined with green rupees. At the end is another Maiamai attached to the wall. Pop it off and rescue it. The last Maiamai in the Dark Palace is found near the heart piece on the ledge with patrolling guards. Avoid them and drop down on the right side to find the Maiamai attached to the nearby wall. Free it and you'll be done with your search in the Dark Palace area. The Lorule Castle area is home to more hidden Maiamais than any other place in the game, 15 in total. The first can be found as soon as you leave the blacksmith's house. Merge with the wall and go to the left side. You'll see a Maiamai. Get behind it and exit the wall to free and rescue it. Go north toward the fortune teller's tent. Underneath a large rock to the left is another Maiamai. Next, enter the thieves' hideout area and find the tree near the southern exit. Dash into that tree with the Pegasus boots to reveal a hidden Maiamai. Go to the western edge of the town and find an incomplete square of walls. Attached on the inside is a Maiamai. Merge with the wall and exit behind the Maiamai to rescue it. Leave the thieves' hideout area through the southern exit and enter the hut next to the big bomb. Pay the 200 rupees to enter the backyard. Carefully cut away the grass around the bomb to reveal a hidden Maiamai. Go left and enter the Rupee Rush minigame. On the back edge attached to the wall is a Maiamai. Merge with the wall to free it. Travel to the right to find the forest clearing where there's now a baseball diamond set up. Left of the sign describing the minigame is a pile of 3 skulls. Get rid of them to reveal the Maiamai underneath. You'll have to return to Hyrule to get the next Maiamai. Once you do, go south of the forest clearing and enter the portal. On the other side, you'll find yourself on top of a ledge. Merge with the wall and go left until you spot the Maiamai. Exit behind it to free the Maiamai. Go north on the eastern edge of the baseball diamond until you see an incline that leads to the vacant house. To its left is a large rock. Use the Titan's Mitt to throw it aside and find the Maiamai underneath. When you reach the vacant house, jump off the ledge behind it and merge with the wall. You'll immediately see another Maiamai you can rescue. Head north to Lorule Castle and merge with the right side of the gate's walls. Here you'll find a Maiamai attached to the wall. Free it and continue on. Southeast of the castle is a lone tree near the path. Use the Pegasus boots to dash into it and release the hidden Maiamai. Go south to reach the area around the Swamp Palace, but as soon as you enter, go right and merge with the wall. There you'll find another Maiamai. Travel to the western edge to the large pool of water. Swim into the center of the rock formation to find the Maiamai at the bottom. Dive down to rescue it. The last of the Maiamais in the Lorule Palace area is near the large rock that can only be destroyed by the big bomb. Just a little north of it are 3 pillars, and on top of the center one is the Maiamai. Dash into that pillar with the Pegasus boots to rescue the Maiamai. And that's where to find all the Maiamais in the Lorule Palace area. The Misery Mire area in Lorule only has 3 Maiamais to find. The first can be found near the weather vane. Simply hop down to the lower level and merge with the wall. You'll see the Maiamai right away. Get behind the Maiamai and exit to free it. Travel to the southwestern edge to find yourself below a bridge. There's a deep pool of water nearby with a Maiamai in the center. Swim out to it and dive down to rescue it. The last one is in the area to the right of the weather vane. You'll see a portal above 2 large rocks. Use the Titan's Mitt to toss the large rock at the bottom aside and reveal the Maiamai underneath. And that's where to find all of the Maiamais in Misery Mire. There are 5 Maiamais to find in the area around Turtle Rock. The first is directly south of the shop on the western side. Travel to the lower wall and you'll spot the Maiamai clinging to it. Merge and exit behind the Maiamai to rescue it. Jump into the water and swim to the southwestern corner. Use the Titan's Mitt to toss aside the large rock and find the Maiamai underneath. Now work your way to the southeastern corner of the map to find a Maiamai clinging to the wall. Pop it off to rescue it. Go north until you reach the dead end with the portal. Get on top of the nearby ledge and merge with the wall. Travel left over the portal until you come to another ledge with a skull on it. Underneath the skull is a Maiamai. Finally, jump into the water and find the circle of rocks on the right side of the dungeon. You'll also see fairies flying around. In the center is the Maiamai. Dive down to rescue it, and with that you've rescued every Maiamai in Turtle Rock. It also means that you've saved every Maiamai in the game. There's only 9 items that you can upgrade, so when you return to Mother Maiamai, she will instead upgrade Link's abilities. Now his spin attack is twice as wide and even more powerful. Not a bad reward. We hope this guide has been helpful to you. Thanks for watching, and be sure to keep an eye on GameXplain for more on Zelda and other things gaming too.